welcome back to another episode of World of Tanks and Guinea Titan. This episode's a little bit later. Normally I'd have got this out yesterday, but today's Tuesday. Just was too busy yesterday. Too many things came up that were unexpected. I'm organising the refurbishment of my house. Big investment of money, but anyway, we'll see how it goes. So the RU-251 on Sandriver at night. Not that the night map ever makes any difference. I really don't understand the presentation of this game with the different environmental maps as different maps, essentially, because it's not like the view range is any different than it would be during the day. It's not a night map as really, because the shadows are not proper night shadows where, you know, things just disappear into and you can't see them without modern technology like infrared. Or does low light vision work in shadowed? I presume it does. I'm not 100% sure. It would seem to me that it'd be not very useful if it didn't. Enemy light tank out among the dunes spotted. We've spotted another tank heading north as well, which is one of the reasons why I often run into this central location. It gives you a good indication sometimes of who's charging north at the initial phase of the battle, and it's worth my while coming up here to have a peek over the top of the ridgeline and see who else is here. We've popped over and we've spotted a couple more tanks. So there are 3 enemies, and I do not want to drive around the corner because I don't want to find out who's back around the other side of the ridgeline. I do have some support behind me, so I would expect that if somebody came over the ridgeline that they'd be shot, as well as proximity detected, so that when I'm taking the shot here at the PP-45 that somebody would have shot the light tank that came over behind me, because it's not like they didn't see him coming. But they didn't, and I took damage to no avail, so I think I'm not going to hang around here. There's enough of them. Well, it's an even fight, but actually there's more of them, but it's a fight where if you actually run it defensively, it's 2 separate fights really. So we have 3 versus 2 along the A line, and we have, what, 1 versus 2 down here. Because we managed to get rid of another one, but I mean, if he takes it kind of handy. There's a tank destroyer supporting him. He's going 1-on-1. He's going in, which there's no need to do. You can just wait at the back of the ridgeline and let them come to you. So I'm going to engage the tanks down here because there's a lot of tanks down here and they're all engaged against our guys. And they actually have a serious numerical advantage. Because they're not engaged. All of our guys aren't necessarily engaged back. So that Conqueror, normally from the front you're not going to penetrate a Conqueror. However, it's going to be sloped down and be shooting into the roof. That M46 Patton was lucky to survive the fire, but he's managed to do it, and he's still in the fight, so yeah, missed a shot there. Fight is even so far, but we managed to get some damage done. Don't know if I need to be firing premium, but I am. And it's what I've chosen to do. I know it's the front of a Conqueror. There is the light tank coming over the top. Now he's made a mistake that I have made many a time before, which is you come over the top and then you're reversing uphill to get out of the line of fire, whereas you're better off using the speed and the fact that he was going downhill to drive forward. He'd go down, he'd get into cover, and then you could loop back around the back of the dunes without really breaking cover very much. 45 TP first shot into the good armour above the tracks, which didn't do any real damage, and now he's busily pointing his gun at somebody and not taking into account the fact that somebody's plinking away fairly rapidly into the side of his tank. I know he's tracked. He's tracked at this stage. I'm not sure if he was at the start. Probably didn't have a repair kit at that particular point in time. There's the Conqueror making a move. He's after putting a fairly damaging round into me. And we've kind of won the top of the map, except the tanks have separated and gone their separate ways. We've got a heavy tank gone down now, right next to the enemy base, and they've lost contact with at least 2 enemy tanks behind them. So it's probably not the best of ideas. So it's kind of imperative that we clean up this side of the map before the two tanks can bring themselves to bear. Now, I think the enemy tanks would have been better off if they'd either come down against my position or turn back to fight their home, fight for their own base. But they're not there, and I got spotted, I think, by the light tank. So there's the Kampfpanzer 50T. If he comes over the line, we get a shoot at him. Targeted by somebody. Is it somebody? Oh, a shot came in from behind. Okay, and out of view range. Shot came in from behind by somebody that I did not spot. I'm going to move further away from that shot. So hopefully they won't be spotting me. And now I should have a slope of ground between me and them as well. And if the Nomad then comes around or waits for the tank to come around to my side, hang on, there's the enemy tank destroyer coming up the middle of the map, and we have one more shot. The artillery missed him. Finish him off. So now the center of the map. A shot came in again when I was spotted by the tank destroyer. So there's somebody out in the dunes. Let's get back into cover, lose the line of sight. Somebody's been spotted heading for our base. Mistake really on their part, because what that guy should have been doing was repositioning to shoot me and use the stealth of his tank. Pop up on the dunes behind me and it would have been a one shot. Yes, potentially a one shot for that tank. But he's a one shot now because he's just taken some damage from our guy defending the base. So we drive through the village with reckless abandon. I don't know if you'd be able to drive through these houses exactly like that. I know they're only made of mud, but it's really thick mud. And your roofs collapse on top of your tank. Will the tracks not get blocked? Don't know. And now he's got a very big broomstick with you. Probably not big enough to actually finish me with one shot. Not on the tank destroyer that he's got. But we would change the location where we're crossing the ridge line, and he's in full health. And his gun was not pointing in my direction. So we're going to try and close the distance to beat the turret rotation. He doesn't have a full rotation of this turret. So once we're behind him, we're controlling the fight, because as long as we keep that gun pointing away from us, we have this thing under control. And he switched the direction he's pointing the gun. So we just switched the direction of the tank. Now he's actually made the thing of stopping and reversing. And it didn't make a difference because he got shot from the other side anyway, and that was the end of that. So now it is time to resume the pursuit of the final remaining enemy tank, which is a medium tank last spotted back around the enemy base. Now, he only turned up in the later game. I didn't really notice him earlier on. He's probably not the most aggressive of players, but there's a lot of damage he could do if he was hiding, waiting for me. Now, I think I'd probably be 3 shots? 3 shots from a kill with that tank, for a kill from that tank, maybe. I'm not sure what kind of gun it's got. I think that I was actually driving the tank as if I was a lot more cautious, more worried about how much remaining health I had than the remaining health, should we say, warrants it, given what tank is surviving. Now we have an option. We could go into the tank base and just cap out and let him come to us. But I did have one more tank and I have a top gun. So that temptation is definitely there. Not enough, hopefully, to throw the game now. We're isolating ourselves for a moment here. So, no sign of him though. We do have the medium tank in support. Nearly capsized. On a plain road. Can be done. Come around. No sign of him here. He's not in the wadi. The Ravioli would have, or the Ravaleries would have spotted him. Proximity spotted him at least. We're across. He's probably up now in the A line somewhere. So, let's come up and see what's to be seen. Not the best place in the world to play peekaboo with a tank that's already dug in and has a good position, and we come up and we proximity detect. So I back down, let him come after me. I'm backing down to where my friends are, and well, no, it'll take me 2 shots as well. Maybe, depends. So let's tuck in here. We've got a nice ridge protecting us. He peeks out, decides he doesn't like the look of it. He peeks out again. And I was thought, is he going to come? Surely he's going to come. Because the longer he waits, the more likely it is that the second tank is going to sneak up on him. And I think the same thing must have occurred to him. Now the medium tank's going up the cut there from C8 to A8. And with the heavy tank coming along behind me, he did not appear again. And I began to think, okay, he must have run away. Well, that's okay, let's go around. Because at this stage it is actually, it's no longer kind of mission critical if I lose the tank. If we're all close enough together at this stage that if one of us dies, the other, the tank, the artillery's heading for the cap circle. If one of us dies, the other one's going to get him. And there he is in front of me. We're not going to make it for a shot. And that's it, it's game over. We don't get the top gun. But yeah, at the very end there, we were close enough, I think, that even if one of us died, the other one would get him. He wasn't going to survive this particular fight. So, we got a decent amount of experience there. We did 3,000 damage, 5 kills. Lost money. Got a first class mastery. Not sure if you can make money with this tank at... well, I suppose if you'd got a lot of spotting damage as well. We didn't get much spotting damage despite our central position for most of the game. Game number 1 by experience, and it's nice to see that our surviving field tanks are all on the top. So, thank you for watching. That'll be the last of our U251 videos for a while. I don't think I have anything more left in the archive. And I will catch you all again soon. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please press like, comment, share. It really helps the channel out. And if you have not already done so, please subscribe to the channel. I will catch you all again soon. Bye for now.